Hi, welcome or welcome back. I'm Zariah and I run a crochet business. Today is going to be a market vlog and it's the night before my market, so it's November 14th and my market is November 15th and November 16th. So right now I'm working on this little Christmas mouse. She's almost done. I'm just going to add some fur and then I need to do her face and I might give her a little hat too. But before I do that, because I don't want to do this when it gets too late, I'm going to do a mock setup because my setup's going to be a little different. It's going to be an 8-foot table instead of a 6-foot table, and just some other things that are going to be different. It's going to be inside. So I'm going to do a little mock setup and I'll show you guys. Okay, so I'm going to do the setup on my table. It's 6.5 feet, so it's obviously smaller. So things are going to be a little more crammed, but that's just good to know that tomorrow I'll have more room. But my normal table is 6 feet, so this will still be bigger. Okay, this is the setup. I know it looks really crowded, but I have another 1.5 feet, and I tried to organize things a little better. Okay, I finished cleaning up the setup, and that took forever, but I just finished the mouse, and she is so cute. Oh, I still have to sew on this end, but she's really cute, and she's a little Christmas mouse, because this is a Christmas market, and I didn't have very many Christmas items, but yeah, she's all done, and now I'm just gonna make some mini things. Okay, it's 2 hours into the market, and it's been going really well. I've sold a good amount of things. It hasn't been like overly busy, but it hasn't been quiet. I've sold a lot. I've definitely made back my big fee already, so that's really good, and I'll check back in later. Okay, it's been, I think, 4 more hours. I was going to check in 2 hours ago, but I've had a lot of friends and people I know come, and some of them bought some stuff, so that was nice. But overall, it slowed down so much. Like after 12, it slowed down a lot. Then it kind of picked up again for a minute, and then it stayed really slow. So I've made a few more sales. Most of them were from my friends, though, but I can show you the table so far. Okay, it's almost 6, and we were told we can leave at like 6, or if we want to stay the full time till 8, we can, but most people are going to leave at 6, and we probably are because it stayed really slow. I have made a few more sales, and I counted my total, and I've made 512 so far, which is really good. So yeah, they started turning the music really loud, so the audio might not be very good, but yeah, it's been going pretty well. Tomorrow I think might be a little faster because, I don't know, the weather wasn't the best today. Well, I'm hoping tomorrow will be a little faster though, and tomorrow only goes till 4, so we won't be here all day. But for some reason I've just been so tired, but we've done pretty well, so I'm going to make a few more things at home, but we're going to start we're going to start unpacking soon. I'm back from the market. I didn't sell anything after, because I packed up like 5-10 minutes after my last check-in. I'm going to try and probably make some bees because they sold like immediately. So I'm going to try and make those, and then I'm going to go to bed. It's only 7:30, but I am so tired. I don't know why. The market just absolutely like drained me. I don't know why. So I'm going to probably make some bees, and then just go to bed. Okay, it's right before 12, so the market's been going on for 2 hours, and it's going like, okay, I've done, I think, 3 sales, but they've all been pretty big sales, which is really nice. Yeah, so it's going pretty well. I redid my setup a little bit, so I'll show you the table, and yeah, it's been going pretty good so far. Okay, it's been about an hour later, and I've made about 4 more sales, and I've made a lot more money. One woman bought $70 worth of things, and she was so nice, and so that was really good. So I'm doing really well. So we have about just over 3 hours left. So yeah, I'll check back in later. Okay, so now it's 2:30, so it's been a little bit, and there's still like a decent amount of people, but it slowed down so much. Like for either the past hour or 30 minutes, like almost no one has come through the actual like selling area. So it's like doing okay, but it's definitely still really slow. Hi, it's December 2nd and I'm gonna do a little market recap. I wanted to do this like a lot earlier, but I've been really busy, so I'm just gonna do it now. If you see me looking to the side, that's gonna be because I'm reading my notes, so just don't mind that. Okay, so this is in order of like which one sold first. First day, I sold a bee for $10 and that was Venmo. Then I sold a mystery bag for $10 and that was cash. Then I sold the other bee for $10 and that was also cash, and I brought 2 bees, so that was sold out. And then I sold a polar bear snuggler for $20, a mallard snuggler for $20, and both of those were cash. Those were separate transactions. I sold a giant dragon for $40 and that was cash. I sold a hatching chick for $12 and that was Venmo. I sold a mini turtle and a mini cow together for $28 and that was Venmo. I sold a chicken for $10 and that was Venmo. I sold a hatching carrot for $18 and that was cash. I sold my If You Give a Mouse a Cookie mouse, and I sold that for $25 in cash. I sold a turtle and a Grinch together. This was my large turtle, or not large, my like medium sized turtle for $4, and that was Venmo. I sold a little dog. It's normally in the mystery bags, but this lady, she really wanted a dog, so I said, oh, I only have dogs that are in the mystery bag, so I let her pick one. That was $10 for cash, and she had bought a bee earlier. I sold a Highland cow for $30 cash, and that was to the runner of the event. So for a donation, I donated one of my Highland cows, and she loved it so much so she had to buy one herself. And yeah, so it was really cute. She just said she loved them, so she bought one for herself. And I sold a mini turtle for $8 and that was Venmo. A mini fruit turtle for $8 and that was cash. A fish for $8 and that was cash. Then I sold a mini cow and an opossum together. Like my opossum snuggler. Yeah, my snuggler for $40 and that was cash. Then and that was to a teacher that I used to know. Then I sold like a Jellycat cloud, fruit turtle, it was the blueberry one, and a Grinch for $62 in Venmo, and I sold that to one of my friends. Then I sold a hatching chick for cash, and it was $12 to one of my friends, and a little birdie for $8 in cash. Then I sold a cow and a fruit turtle for $55 in card. A hatching carrot for $18 and that was card. And then I sold 2 frogs together for $16 and that was cash. So that's everything I sold on the first day. Okay, so in total, the first day I made $512. Okay, then the next night, like you saw, I made another bee. So I have another one now on this day. In my first sale of the day, I sold... Okay, and then for my first sale of day 2, I sold a dragon snuggler and a goat snuggler for $55, and that was Venmo. I sold just a normal bunny for $25, and that was cash. This is the bunny in overalls. I sold a dragon and a mouse, a dragon snuggler, and a ballerina mouse for $50 in card. I sold a little pudgy penguin for $16 and that was cash. I sold an otter, a cat, and a big dragon. All of these were to the same lady. She was so sweet. I think I told you about her in one of the clips, and she spent $70 in Venmo. Then I sold the peas in the pod for $16 in Venmo. I sold a mini watermelon turtle for $8 in cash, and that's one of my mini fruit turtles. On some of them, I wrote down the fruit that I actually sold, and sometimes I wrote down just fruit turtle, so sorry for that. I sold a sunflower turtle for $25 and that was cash. I sold a big octopus for $8 and that was Venmo. A mini blueberry turtle for $8 and that was Venmo. A donkey snuggler for $20 and that was cash. A ballerina mouse for $25 and that was card. An octopus for $6 and that was Venmo. A sheep and a hatching birdie for $22 and that was also Venmo. I sold my last bee, so I sold another one. I sold 3 for $10 and that was cash. I sold a mini platypus. I sold a mini platypus for $8 and that was cash. I sold a blueberry turtle for $8 and that was Venmo. Oh, and the mini platypus I sold to my booth neighbor. She was so sweet. Well, I actually sold it to her daughter. She was really sweet. And yeah, she was just so nice. So the mini blueberry turtle for $8 and that was Venmo. 2 birdies and 1 hatching chick and 1 mystery bag for $38 cash, and that was for like 3 different girls, I think. They were all like together. They were really cute. Then I sold my horse snuggler to the same woman that bought one of my bees and the puppy. She was buying it for her son to give to her son. Her son was buying it, but she was like paying for him to get for his girlfriend for Christmas. So that was really sweet. And then I sold a mini otter for $8 and that was cash. Oh, and the horse was $40 in cash. And then my last sale, so the mini otter, I'm like already packing up, and one of my booth vendors buys it. The people behind me, I think they bought 2 or 3 of my things. They were really nice. They bought like little things. They had like a little 3D printed booth. And then the woman, she was pretty far away. She ran over here while I was packing up too. And she bought my big dino for $22 in cash. And that was my last sale of the day. And those were like super last minute. And I made like, I think the last like 4 sales in the last like 20 minutes of the market. So I made those like super late. But yeah, and that day, Okay, so for day 2 of the market, I made $488. That day, I went for about 2 less hours, so it was pretty good. I made almost the same amount each day. So together, I made in total on the last day I made $488, so I made about the same amount on each day. The second day was 2 hours shorter. I really thought last time I calculated it, I made about $900. So there might be somewhere wrong in my calculations here, but I just double checked. So I don't know, that was kind of weird, but either way, I made about $1,000. So yeah, I think it went really well, and thank you so much for watching, and hopefully you watch for another video. Thank you, bye!